was about to come through, but ENCE able to close it out. And now heading into Nuke. This is a map we got to see G2 on earlier, but this is actually ENCE's map pick now as we head into map number 2.
Yeah, and I mean, Nuke looked good earlier, but you could see, I mean, it was one of the things NiKo brought up, I think, in the opening death segment as well, like kind of one of the ideas that G2 is going to be trying to like carry some of the momentum from that kind of a performance to start the day into this series, and it obviously did not happen on Dust 2. Like they got beat down for most of that game. Remember, they started up 6-2, and the next thing they were looking at just it was like 6-14. Nice little comeback there, but obviously falling short in the end. We'll see if they can recover here. At least they get a start on the CT side. That's something you got to at least have be a little bit happy about. Fast-paced pistol round from ENCE, already streaming into the upper bomb site. Hunter's got one, Hunter's got a second, and there's still one more player jumping around, but Jax takes care of him from above. Beautiful defense for G2. Pistol round is looking like it's gonna be theirs.
Yeah, no problems here unless maden pulls off the best clutch we're seeing forever, but you wouldn't want to overhype that one until that happens. So we'll see if maden's able to get into a position to compete, and the answer is no. NiKo clears him out. 1-0 start for G2. We'll see if they can keep that up.
First pistol round of the series, they did lose both pistol rounds on Dust 2, which is certainly gonna, you have to imagine in their heads is a big talking point when you lose 16-14, not getting a single pistol.
That's great stuff from Hunter. Really was a little slow to start, perhaps.
Those are the most important kills as well. Again, like an upper rush on pistol round. Like,
gotta get the backside
yeah,
picks.
like you at least have to take away that main thrust, because if he doesn't get those 2 kills, Jax isn't there at above to provide that kind of support. So it can be really, really tough. We're gonna go right back to it. Another upper rush for ENCE.
Yeah, the thrusters have not run out of fuel just yet. Snappy charging in towards the fight. Back and forth. A couple of picks have come in for ENCE. He had needed to find that one towards outside. maden's actually slipped his way down with the bomb to the lower side. So getting a bomb plant out of this is exactly the goal for ENCE.
One more kill would be great, but I don't know how you're going to do it with the Tech 9 at this kind of a range.
If he gets back decon.
Yep, this could be nice. One player in vents. Ooh, he can actually work his way all the way around.
The Molly's actually buying a lot of time here for maden to reposition. He can get around the double door. Now, obviously winning the round, not going to be on the docket, but a kill, yeah, absolutely. But chance there was on Tomonisi, couldn't quite capitalize, but a bomb plant for ENCE in that position. That's goal number 1.
Yeah, it helps recoup some of the cash that they spent investing into that round with the armor and Tech 9s as well. I'm really curious to see what ENCE would do. ENCE is the kind of team I feel like that could even buy in this round as well and just say, screw it, let's go for it.
Yeah,
let's have a little bit of fun. It would be interesting. They're going to go back to a half buy. Tech 9s, Deagles, and armor again with the extra $800 of that bomb plant.
What a statement it would really be about ENCE's level and caliber as a team right now, that you can literally lose what people are, the best player in your team, the best performing player, and you can still, imagine you take a series against G2 and go to the playoffs. That would be wild.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be massive. It'd be such a weight off your shoulders as well, just to get that out of the way early on day 1, to know you're already locked into the playoffs. You could play a little bit loose for the rest of things, knowing that you've secured a spot on the stage. 2-0. Diha goes down early. That's Tomonisi outside. Remember watching that Nuke game from G2 earlier today as well. One of the big things sticking out is, as we see from most teams as well, but NiKo and Alexi taking their turns. NiKo over towards Secret, peeking up those stairs. Alexi taking it up in some rounds so they can position Modesty over in ramp room. ENCE is going to have to be cognizant of that kind of a switch up in the defense. Should be nice and easy up above. This spot is difficult to clear out in the best of times, and it is the worst of times for ENCE.
Yeah, G2 getting the start in the CT side. That was probably the biggest factor earlier of their initial performance, is the fact they start in the CT side, the lead they built up, they barely had to play any T rounds. And the disruptive utility from Alexi B and NiKo towards outside was just almost unplayable. But when you look at the end side of things, this is a team who have probably one of the most disruptive players in Counter-Strike at the moment with Diha towards that position as well. He's always forcing the issue out there. So I think we're going to get to see that become quite a consistent factor for both teams today. Yeah, that'll be a fun battle to keep our eyes on, certainly. Modesty taking some damage from the flames to try and get a peek in towards door. Didn't see the fight he wanted. So going to call a stalemate and back off. Readjusting outside, looking towards top silo. 3 players coming outside for ENCE. Excuse me, it looks like 4. With Snacks chilling far back with the grenade stockpile. Cross smokes allow ENCE to head their way down to the lower site. Not really spotting any contact yet for G2. Is Snacks simulating like a fake execute into a re-exec? We'll That's the thing, he's got so much utility to himself up there, he's just having a great time. His teammates have now been spotted down towards Secret. He's still going with his utility out through the skylights, but ENCE not making any secret about their ill intent towards that B site. They're pushing forward, they've chopped off some heads. It's NiKo. There's the first player to drop. LXCB pulling that kill back and avenging his fallen teammate. And maden slipped away with a bomb plant.
Oh, you gotta save now. You gotta save. You have too low of HP. Oh, Snax is gonna take at least one. At least one, and he gets a second. There goes m0NESY to a nade as well. They could not get away in time. Just enough damage is dealt for ENCE to be able to mop up those kills at the end. First round on the board for ENCE's attack. I think Snax did exactly what was required of him. First the Molotov on top of hut, then you transition, throw the Molotov into the bomb site. NiKo got caught in vents, nowhere to go for him.
And it's perfect because the fact that G2 haven't seen anybody on the inside going down towards the lower sites, you have to almost believe it, right? So there's no reason to not. Great stuff, and quite an adept. You don't really see, it's wild that you're actually seeing that come out of Snax, right? They're not going to have that much time to have prepared a lot of things with him, but little rounds like that, you're still able to pull off the stand-in.
Also,
loving it.
At least drop those nades on top of the roof. Why are you making the poor man go down the ladder and back up it to pick up the Molotovs?
Getting the steps in, just getting the fitness up.
Yo, crazy. That poor guy.
Here we are, 3-1. ENCE with their gun round picked up, but G2, AWP is out. NiKo's just on a deagle. Now, I say just on deagle, it is in the hands of NiKo, but still a weaker buy from G2. It's got holes in it for sure. Lack of utility on m0NESY as well.
Just a deagle, but you can see he's playing the tight angles, just looking for that one deagle, little jiggle peek angles. Snax returning a little bit of fire. NiKo's going to put his attention outside, hopefully bait a little bit for Alexi in secret, who wants some information before the Molotov spreads. ENCE is going to establish that presence outside and then sneak away into the cover of flames, into the cover of smoke as well.
m0NESY holding towards ramp. Here comes the forces that look to try and forcibly remove him from his position, but m0NESY defends strong with the first kill and intelligently does not re-peek, holds this angle for the follow-up play, the continuation push of ENCE.
Now it's all on where Alexi B decides to rotate. They're going to go right back at m0NESY. Oh, jiggle peek, he's too fast for that.
Yeah, I like that he goes back into the initial position again. He doesn't completely leave yet, he continues to peek. Confident in his own ability, and now NiKo from warehouse spots one not looking the right way, and something about Nuke and deagles and behind the head shots. NiKo doesn't really work all the time, and that is an awkward effect.
Oh, now Heaven is susceptible. m0NESY's got to be careful rotating over, especially if Hunter goes down. Oh, this is everything. Well done from Snappy. Somehow G2 crumbles, and Hades has the final two. And yeah, all you can do is giggle there. He's laughing about NiKo missing. He's like, guys, you wouldn't believe it. NiKo just missed 3 shots. I wasn't even looking at it.
He's done it again. Yeah, I mean, you know the flashbacks came on through, but the fact that m0NESY has done so much work here and G2 still slip up, it's rough. It's real rough to see. Hades is hitting some absolute blinders today. Great consistency. There we go. Yeah.
All right, he held it off. He's not quite at Death Slam phase yet.
The keys are attached to the keyboard.
It's all good. We'll take an angry fist bump any day.
I just want to see Yanko's face in that position.
Oh, Mac 10 makes it sing. Good shots from Diha and Snax. As Stack and Ramp Room, they get a couple nice kills from it. One more would be great, but it's just the USP, and Hades will take care of that. We're all tied up at 3. I mean, and also, you have to say, just for like mental purposes of a team on T-side, Nuke, it is so good to get like 3 rounds out of the gate, like really early, taking that money away, at least for the initial kind of salvo of rounds, the initial portions of this half, just so you don't have to be like sitting at like a 6-0 or like a 0-6 scoreline and saying, man, we could really use an economic reset at this point. At least you've limited what G2 can have moving forward for now. All M4s.
Yeah, the full M4 setup, and sad to see because m0NESY delivered some good impact in the previous round, but this is different. NiKo's changed up his position to play on top of the garage. It's an interesting spot, and it's worked out really well here for G2. Almost in tandem, m0NESY and Jax find the follow-up kills, and we're just down to Snax and Hades.
That's a great position for m0NESY to be in, just spam into the smoke to help protect NiKo as best he can. Gets fortunate with the kill, but that's a nice find on the player trying to punish NiKo's position. 5-on-2, and G2 is not going to let this one slip away. That's an attempt to get down the vents. You know, Snacks used to be amazing at that. He's a bit rusty. That was like his play.
The Snacks play, getting down the vents. I think Nuke might have looked a little different the last time we seen him on the servers, but that's we've all seen that happen.
Yeah, he was a big reason why like the old VP, the Polish VP lineup was so dangerous on Nuke, was his ability to get into vents and really make the verticality of this map a huge strategic advantage.
There was a couple of vent options back then.
Yeah.
But it's good to see. But ENCE, early start on this T side, going to be competitive. That's a good start for G2 in that previous round, picking up those 3 kills. But those aren't positions you're going to be able to use again. Like that's really a one and done to get you that round on the board. And they needed that round. They now get the AWP back out.
Put the AWP up there next.
Yeah, put the AWP up there. Not going to expect that. Like they won't do that twice.
Never see it coming. Calm and collected. 1-round lead for G2. Well done from them. All 5 players survive in the previous round. Here we go. Modesty with the AWP, as you mentioned. Hades has one of the T side as well.
NiKo. Some util towards outside. This is the position he was an absolute menace in earlier today. Likes to be positioned at ramp. That's tossing a little bit of utility in towards the upper side, but they are again crossing with the smokes towards outside. NiKo close to taking down Snappy, but unable to land the final bullet in the shoulder peek out. He does see one hopping from silo onto the main roof, and NiKo trying so well to try and take that player down, but maden once again bests NiKo and is quick on the acceleration around the corner.
They would have heard that drop for sure. Hunter spots one at the sliver, drops his smoke and backs away, buys some time. And can they address this position? Snappy handled it so well previously, flanking up Heaven. This time it's Hunter, or excuse me, Alexi B, who's got to hold it off. Oh no. Oh, maden is playing this so well.
Oh, Alexi B had a little look up there, but the timing works against him. He does not see him, and maden able to come over the top, and Alexi B will be kicking himself about that. That's a follow-up for ENCE.
You could see Jax's brain just screaming that he's in danger.
Yeah, I'm in danger, chuckles. Not looking great. Modesty has moved Hades from the round, so at least there's still a chance, but Snappy has found Modesty. Jax, he's everywhere right now. He's just trying to dodge and weave every single point of danger at this point, and Jax has seen everything. So much is happening around him. At this point, he's sitting there in a room full of fire saying, this is fine. Hunter in a 1 versus 2, 14 seconds, goes up the vent and is taken out. What a chaotic round that was.
Yeah, poor Jax. I mean, just so many positions he had to on top hut, which is where Modesty is. Probably doesn't make it comfortable for either one of them, both them playing on top of hut. Then he drops off that by Vet and Squeaky Door, and Hunter's ready to come up the Vet, but he can't do it because his teammates there fighting, bringing all the attention in that direction. Jax just had nowhere to go. maden applied so much pressure and caused so much chaos in that defense. Great round from him. All tied up at 4. This is where if you're G2, you're so happy you won the previous round with 5 players surviving because you can afford to buy right back up into it.
Modesty, aggressive this time towards outside. NiKo has claimed the life of D-Ham. Modesty, Snappy's ready for it. And Monacy's not going to be happy about that. His head no longer attached to the rest of his body, and NiKo just continuing to follow up there for G2, keeping them ahead. 3 smoke stop. Snacks moving forward. He's actually moved with the smoke to get out towards the vent.
Oh, this is awkward.
Hunter's aware of this. If he tries to go to the vent, Hunter is fixated upon that.
Oh, he's checking it as well. Smart play from
What
Hunter.
a
He
nerd.
should. Oh no, he should. Is he gonna spot it? Oh no, he never saw it. Oh, he looked like he was definitely going to be clearing that. Good find from Snacks. Sneaky little play. And maden's down low. They can drop down the vent. Peace. Lower bomb site we go.
Already down 45 seconds. Alexia B is coming back in from the ramp. maden holding. It's now smoked off, so he can't see anything. That does give a passage perhaps, to move forward back into this for G2, but Hades has held off one of the extremities and has found Alexi B's life as he tries to re-enter the site. NiKo using the smoke as a piece of cover, but that is temporary cover. It starts to fade away. He finally gets the better of maden. Finds him on the other side of the smoke and considers now the back of the site point. Jax working with him, and they clean it up, they clear it up, and G2 now head into the lead.
What phenomenally patient play from NiKo using that smoke so well. maden actually probably felt a certain level of comfort behind that, but as it fades, NiKo is not going to forget to clear that corner. Beautiful retake, and which is great to see too, because we saw some really kind of curious and some struggled retakes and labored retakes on Dust 2. Here on Nuke, they handled this one very well.
Good awareness there from NiKo. Strange smoke, probably someone on the other side of it. And that was fantastic. The retakes looked fantastic this morning as well on the CT side for G2, so that's a consistent factor. And maden frustrated, thought he had the power position to close that one. But at this point, we have seen ENCE be able to adapt quite well, at least from Dust 2. You know, you consider what they've got coming into this, it's not going to be a whole lot.
And they're doing pretty good, all things considered. I mean, like they don't have the money at like a breaking point or anything, but they're keeping it as low as possible. So if they can find a couple of wins here early, this T side, they can catapult it. It can get blown wide open. 5-4. ENCE investing what they can. Here's one of those trademark low buys. 2 AKs, Tech 9, 2 Mac 10s on D-HUD, maden. Fast upper.
Yeah, it's very fast here, maden. Quick flash to allow him out of the hut, but Hunter rattling away behind him, drops on down with the MP9. The second in, D-HUD removed. As Hunter goes back into his hut as well, he's sticking around.
Man, and if you don't get those, if 2 players go down like that for ENCE, and you've used your own smoke to put out the Molotov inside hut, and then your players are just stuck behind it, you need those first 2 players to produce. Good utility from G2 early on in the round to ensure they could secure the defense in the upper bomb. So that's 3 times in this game we've seen ENCE. The pistol round, and I think the ensuing round after that, they went right back into upper rushes. This 3rd one here, none of them have really worked.
We've seen a lot of upper rushes against G2 this morning that they handled impeccably as well, so it doesn't really feel like they're ever going to be at risk to lose one of those.
ENCE probably didn't see that game this morning either.
Yeah, that's true, because they were playing at the same time, so yeah. Not going to be fueled up on thoughts with that one. Felt like Hunter was definitely emboldened by the fact he had an MP9 here, just staying around, pushing the issue. Great to see. And still have 40 seconds left. It's not completely down and out, but you do need to make a play soon if you want to go for this. And with Hunter's 3rd kill on the MP9, it really does feel like it's just a moment of time before this one adds to the tally of G2. And extra money in the bank for G2 now as well. Hades now creeps out. Snacks beside him. Alright, Jax just instantaneous headshot. Snacks' position known as 10 seconds on this timer. They'd love to get him out of time, but he's going to go down the vent. And now sticking for a night. That's a Snacks play right there.
Snacks classic. I don't think there's any world. Ooh, Jax does. I was like, oh, what? Is that through the floor?
He's just wall, but I would need to see where that was from, but m0NESY with the wall bind gets him after the time. That is frustrating. Let me check on now how much money Snacks has in the bank because of that.
Where did that come from? Oh, what a rat. That's absolutely incredible. Okay, I was going to say, it's either above or the lower box.
But he gets the position.
I know.
Like, there's no inkling as... He just has to play off information from his teammate there and guess the position, or... That is wild.
Perfect.
Great stuff.
Well done for m0NESY.
$250 Snacks started with.
Yep, that's brutal. Well, he was dropped to Tech 9. No armor, though. However, they did get a kill with the Mac 10. Hunter's got to be really careful. If he goes down, this round is wide open. NiKo to recover. Double for him. Can't find 3. m0NESY and Jax now. And there's a couple players easy to clean up, but Snacks is going to be activated, and it's against the op. m0NESY working around him. Meanwhile, ENCE has gone back to the upper bomb, so they said so much attention has been advanced towards the lower site. We can slip right back up, and you'll never have any idea. Snacks is able to hear this running. He's calling out the position of at least 1 player. Molly into hut to secure the plant. Oh, man, you said G2's retake on this map were good earlier today. This one's going to be tested if they want to go for it.
Do they go for it? There is 2 low players in the ENCE side of things. Jax is stuck on the ladder. Oh, because of the low HP, he was actually able to get away with a few stray bullets. So Diha goes down. Flash being set up. Snax is looking to cause some problems, but it's quick down into the site, and that puts the pressure on Maden, who is alone. m0NESY coming in. Quick shot down, but the time, it's so far gone, but it's not planted for him, and he's got a smoke. m0NESY dives down. Oh. Kill is through, and m0NESY getting the shots fast as lightning, and the defuse will come through as they lock in 7.
What a beast. What a heroic clutch from m0NESY. Well, you got to say in Jax as well, 2 on 3 and the 1 on 2 from m0NESY. That is really, really well done. That is a tough scenario to make it work. They almost get screwed here. Jax on that ladder for so long because m0NESY is setting up the flashbang to get him up. Fortunate to get the kill on the ladder, but these 2 kills are spectacular from m0NESY.
That's amazing stuff. That's the moments m0NESY can get out for you. G2 needed the retake. They're just so good at it, even when it comes down to the clutches like that. ENCE are going to be feeling a little frustrated. Quickly out of Squeaky. It's Snax swinging out. It's 1 for him, but quickly traded and answered upon by the cousins of NiKo and Hunter. Snappy in the midst. Oh, they are certainly snappy. 2 quick kills onto NiKo and Hunter, and Alexi comes over the top to deal with him. It is another, as m0NESY into the clutch again. A 1 versus 2. Once more. Flash himself. They're going down. They don't want to fight him. They know where he was, and so going down to B is the safer call.
He wants to be a little bit quiet when he went down. Now he's booking it. He's already here. Wants to catch him out in the open. They should know his position. Oh! That is so fast, but 10 HP. He takes a lot of damage for his trouble. And m0NESY, 1 more to find. Diha's going to tuck himself close along the wall. You never, ever clear it like that. And there he goes. Diha holds strong, but m0NESY almost does something special twice in a row. Look, the clutch is everything in that round, but that's a really cool upper hit from ENCE because so many of their fast-paced upper rounds have had the emphasis coming out of Hut. This time they're going out Squeaky. This time it's the same nades. It's the same look, but they're swinging out Squeaky wide, and the Hut players are coming in a little bit delayed.
That first shot, that retake clutch, that was so damn quick, but snappy. Stepping up, showing what he's capable of doing. That's one of the unique factors really about his in-game leadership is the fact that he is really experienced. Yeah. But also got the fragging.
Yeah, some of those Danish in-game leaders and their ability to just kind of frag. Yeah, those are some great impact kills in the upper bomb site with the glue. I think I got 2 of them there to make that round possible. 5-7. And G2's been barely holding on to their economy for about 3 or 4 rounds. It's finally taken away from them with that win.
This feels like round 5 of like an MMA fight, and they're just 2 fighters that are barely standing, just smacking each other with the last pieces they've got. Yeah, this is these are not pretty buys coming in for both teams as we now look at round 13.
No, this is a huge round to see who's going to take kind of control of the last 2 rounds of this half. NiKo with that deagle. Missed shot. Oh, he can't back away too far. There's a Molotov there. Yeah, he's forced out into the open. Diha with a good kill.
Snax being a bit of a pest. Going to try and play inside of the smokes and cause some problems. m0NESY gets caught out by Hades. Alexi tracks the steps as Snax comes in towards his crosshair. And it's at least 1, but still within touching distance on G2's side. But ENCE hold the advantage for the time being. Alexi looking to pull that back. Look how quick this is. Oh, he's pulled the trigger a little early. Should be taking this, and oh, it's not clean. It really isn't.
The hard thing is his other teammates don't really know how to get involved in the action with the weapons they have. They're slow lurking through secret up these stairs, but it's going to be way too late. Alexi held him frozen there as long as possible, and Snappy surely going to get at least 1 here. Oh, he's going to get both. Good shot onto Hunter. 7-6, and that's the money completely depleted for G2. They'll have to save this round and buy up in the last.
Yeah, they've shaken them upside down, stolen their lunch money, and G2 down to barely anything at this point. And 6 rounds on this T side, should be 7 here, no problem. If they win the half on the T side of Nuke, I'm feeling real bad about G2's chances now. Yeah,
they'd be living the dream.
We didn't have to see any of G2's T side earlier, so I don't really know what to expect just yet.
Yeah. That's a good point. They didn't really even have to kind of test run it or anything like that. So you're going to see it today, or see it in the second game.
We absolutely will. If you're in Europe right now joining us, thank you. Probably, for this one sacrifice of the year where we have a North American event.
Yeah, I'm not going to thank anyone.
Yeah.
I was waking up at 5:30 for the major.
Oh, that sucks. So just to watch your own teams get beat up. So.
I know.
That's even more
worst.
miserable. Here we are. At this point for G2, not really too much to write home about for them. Batter and bruised, 7-7. There is some exciting matchups coming up a little bit later on today as well here on the mainstream.
FaZe Vitality.
FaZe versus Vitality. Now that's going to be a fun one, and if you're interested in the loser side of things, you got Charlotte's Encore.
It's going to be exciting just because, I mean, like coming into this with all the kind of like different stand-in situations that we have, you really felt like FaZe was the only like true contender for the trophy here. It's almost like everyone, like we're giving them that notch for the Grand Slam just right out of the gates. And then the kind of the X factors were like, okay, well, if we want to talk about who might be able to contend with them, what's G2 going to look like coming into this event? We know they felt really confident coming into the major with the progress they'd made. We didn't see it there. Maybe we'll see it here. Same thing with Vitality, obviously a very disappointing result for them. Maybe we'll see a better form here. So we actually get an early test to see what kind of a level of Vitality is going to be playing this event at.
Yeah, when you lose the likes of Na'Vi and Heroic as well, you just, you know, those two teams you want to see kind of shift up. One of them has to be Vitality and maybe even Astralis. But Astralis' performance today wasn't that inspiring. Rifles back out for everybody, and m0NESY is off to a flyer. It's a first kill for him as he brings down Snacks, and NiKo actually decides to use that position twice in this half, and to great effect as well as he's found the second kill of the round.
Yeah, that spot's been good for 2 kills, 1 in each time he's used it. Even able to shift around now. One player, Maden, being aggressive, not stop. Oh, NiKo's going to be so caught off by this timing. Surely so caught off. Oh, indeed he was. Reacts quite nicely, but not able to complete the kill, and now outside is open.
3v4 for ENCE to try and turn around if they want to lead the half. Jax placed in the back of the site, his teammate of Hunter positioned behind the CT vent. Jax is playing proactive here as well. He's not just idle, he's getting the information, he's gathering that towards main, so he can take the info, drop back, and force them into the fight where they're focused upon Jax's position, and therefore it sets up the distraction and the chance for Hunter in the corner. So
yeah, but Jax has had to worry so many times. Like this is like the third or fourth time we've seen him about the Heaven Wrap. Like it's just, and the only player watching it at the moment, they're watching the lower, not above in Heaven. It's actually Hunter from this vent who's got to try and cover Jax as best he can from this position. But that actually prevents Jax from really peeking on the other side of the silos. Good kill from Jax.
Yeah, because of the Silence M4 being selected here for Hunter, even though he shoots off, it doesn't really give away his position, right? You're going to check it, you're going to be aware of it, but it doesn't confirm it in Jax. Well, you don't really need teammates if you're this good. He's taken 2 lives already and still rattling down Hades. Low HP.
Low time.
Mortally wounded, and there we go. G2 bounce back. Map 2 looking pretty solid at 7 as we head into the second. Join us after the break to see the conclusion of Nuke.
Hey Future Pros! Back on Nuke this time with a nifty smoke from Frozen that will give you a cheeky one-way for outside. To throw this smoke, get into the corner next to this door at main. Aim along this line in the middle between this dot and this vertical line while crouched. Then simply stand up and jump on the smoke. It takes a little while for the smoke to land, so don't expect it to be there before an outside rush could come in. But it's good to stall out the T's and gain some extra control. If anyone is foolish enough to walk by, they are easy pickings. There is another way to throw the smoke, maybe a lesson for another time.
G2 may be one map down, but a recovery at least coming into Nuke. We'll see if they can close this. It's 7 at the half here as they go into the T side, and so we'll be happy how close they made that first half.
Yeah, they absolutely will be, especially on that T side, as you kind of mentioned towards the end of the half. And I mean, G2 letting a few things slip away, but as always, ENCE just finding a way to kind of win some of the crucial rounds to spin to the half on its head, breaking the economy of G2 a little bit late, making it really awkward down the stretch for him. Maden is going to see the cross. There is one smoke, but he sees numbers. He's got information, a few tags through. That'll start forcing rotations, and G2 not slowing down whatsoever.
All the shots rattling away from Diha. Here's the Jewel Berettas mincing his opponents. Lots of bullets, lots of kills. Snacks elsewhere has brought down Alexi B. I'm sure the Jewel Berettas won your heart.
Oh, I love it, man. And I usually don't see him just spam that fast and getting 3 kills, but I'm here for it. I love that.
You know what a skill-based thing should be? The Jewel Berettas should fire as fast as you click your fingers.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be something.
Got to bring back the scroll wheel shooting. This was brutal. Diha just
like fully automatic.
Away. This is how to face off. Doing his best Nick Cage impression.
G2, wow, they've got nothing in sight here. No step close to a bomb site, nothing. So no force coming here. The anime AUG out in full force for Hades.
The anime AUG?
Yeah, look at it.
That's fair.
It's got even got the stickers on it as well.
So many stickers.
That's expensive, that thing, by the way.
Yeah?
It's super expensive.
Like, what are we talking here?
I think it's like
talking like
a couple grand, $1,000 or something.
Oof.
Yeah, maybe not in that condition, but.
Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Well, with that AUG, he feels extremely confident to just kind of take any long-range fight that's going to be presented to him. Sees one outside, that's going to give some safety to jump over. They want to double fight. He loves that. He wants to tap away at their heads. SMG to keep some spacing between them. And one player left to find. It's Hunter with a Glock.
Yeah, cleaned up. For the minimal wear version, it is $1,600.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. You could buy so many other things for that. It's just like, why?
So many other things in the world that you could buy.
Just literally buy anything else. Please. Donate it. So we have a G2 buy coming up. They fully ecoed so that they could get some cash into this one, and AKs are out, full force. It's inner. It's a Furia-esque round, nothing outside.
Oh, they seemed fast, but they slowed it down. The counter Molotovs ruining their pace, but there's the turn of the corner. Alexi's got the opening kill. No one's at the vent. G2's in the upper bomb site, safe and sound. Snappy gonna start wrapping around. He finds NiKo with the kill in towards T lobby, but it won't matter. Modesty addresses the situation, and this should be pretty darn close to unlosable for G2. That being said, they have at times found a way to lose these rounds.
Yeah, maybe by the power of anime, Hades might be able to pull this one off, but one kill found onto Modesty. The utility just bombarding and keeping Diha out of heaven.
I think the plan here, yeah, from ENCE, I like this as well. You're going to go for some exit kills. Just see if you can take some guns away as the bomb goes off, as they kind of try and evacuate. That's such a low percentage retake, especially with the smoke dropped in Diha's face. So one back in T-spawn. Diha's going to look for the exit out of Mini. See how many guns they can take away at the end, if any at all.
Well, G2 starting to retreat. And just making the safe approach to not go outside of the inner bomb site and risk losing those weapons. But that's a good round from G2. That's pretty convincing.
Yeah, that's nice. A little bit of stagger on that kind of that timing hit. Really well done. Eventually pulling the trigger. Good entrance from Alexi B. Clean headshot onto Snacks, wrapping around, and Modesty handling the flank. And even with this kill, Hades and Diha could get nothing done in a 2v3. All tied up at 9.
9 to 9 right now. We've seen G2 play this earlier, but it's actually ENCE have decided to take the battle here. ENCE currently one map up in the best of 3.
And you mentioned as well, if you guys didn't tune into that G2 game early, they beat down so much in the first half, they didn't really have to play a T side. I think it was only like 4 or 5 rounds played in the second half.
No. So interested to see where this one is going to go, what work has been done. I'd imagine not a lot, given you know, you want to take a little break after the major. You work so hard up until that point. You have to play the Armage, you have to play extra stage of the major. Yeah, there's a lot being done, and I think a little mental reset is needed at times.
Well, yeah, G2 got a little bit more of a break than they probably wanted to.
yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that's very, very true.
They were thinking like maybe like an extra 3 days. They got like an extra week.
Yeah. Maybe we need a longer break anyway after that, just mentally. D-Hat, he's seen what NiKo was doing that first. So he's like, damn, I'm going to take that one.
Yeah, it's such a strong position as well if you can just find a nice timing for it. Snappy with the AUG, sees them streaming out deep. Flashbang doesn't yet do its trick, but good entrance from Jax. NiKo found one as well at the same time. Lobby has been lost, but Hunter's got his eyes on it.
G2 in a very comfortable position right now. Maden is very low, and he's about to get around the backside of NiKo. It feels like, how many times has he been here? You've got to knife him. You've got to do it. Oh! Shoot him! Shoot him!
Go back!
Rewind!
I take it back. I'm so sorry, Maden.
Yeah, that's our fault. We'll take that.
Listen, I admire the attempts.
You got to, you know, you got NiKo turned the other way. You just got to knife him, you know. You got to make it. This is the mind game of to let NiKo never play Nuke again. Just remind him of everything.
It would have been so good.
Oh, at least G2 will win the round. No one goes down as of now.
I mean, we're making jokes. We obviously would love to see a knife, but I mean, that's actually a pretty big deal, taking that third M4 away from them as well, a weapon that they can't save now.
But they might.
They might have been able to force up if they'd had that M4 in his hand, because you have a player with 3400 who could have dropped a rifle over, and you actually could have had like 3 to 4 rifles in this kind of a buy. So this kind of does change things. It actually is a pretty impactful kill to not have.
It's like literally as soon as he pulls the knife, he turns. Unfortunately there from Maden. But yeah, the ramifications of that could be a lot more than just a lighthearted moment.
I feel like I saw giving Maden a little bit of a smile as well, but as a coach, you're probably like,
God damn it! It's like the mask over the
yeah,
crying
exactly.
face.
He's not in a happy place.
It was quick from G2 towards outside. Playing with those smokes, getting NiKo down secret very quickly here.
That's actually so fast. I don't know if Diha would have even heard that as well. He might be able to actually catch Snacks off guard, NiKo, that he's down there. Diha does find one outside.
Diha towards outside. Very comfortable spots for him. He's really trying to stop G2 and gather this info as quickly as possible. He has got information that there is one red, and so when he alleviates that position, you have to call that there could be a player down.
And now NiKo's spacing, or his pacing on that take of secret doesn't really matter anymore, because he hit the pause button for so long that, I mean, they obviously knew it was possible that someone could have gotten down. They just might not have expected it to be so fast. 5-on-3 for ENCE in this round. Hades with the op has had a couple of chances. He knows one is to the right. He's calling out the information, and ooh, that's a bold challenge. Snacks is going to pop up for one. Hunter and m0NESY with one each. It's just all left to the young gun in a 1v3. Yikes.
Only got the AK. Hades removes m0NESY, and we're now tied up 10 apiece. Buy still available here for the side of G2. Can get the AWP out in the hands of m0NESY. We'll see how that pans out for them. But yeah, they got NiKo down secret real quick. It didn't really do anything with it.
I was going to say, I was surprised they got him down so fast, just to not really see him utilize that kind of speed to do anything, because Snacks was still in the vents. He was looking to see if there was going to be any kind of event drop. There was a little, it felt like there might have been an opening for NiKo, but he obviously might have felt differently in the moment. 10-10, timeout called as the coaches are going to get involved in the action.
Two hands-on coaches. Interesting to read some of the thoughts of Xtaz during the major, and obviously the sentiment is shared as NiKo opened the show with an interview about how they're not on the same page right now, and maybe the progress that they've had over the few months hasn't been quick enough, it hasn't been good enough, and it's been a struggle.
You know, I was watching that interview and I was sitting there, I was like, you know, I really enjoy these like really open and honest and candid interviews that we get with players, but maybe, you know, maybe scale it back a little bit.
Tone it back
yeah,
a little bit.
Maybe reel that bad boy in.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you're so tense and so frustrated that it just leaks out, right? You need to vent somehow, and you want to try and take the pressure off in any way you can, but
well, it's why it was so cool to see them have that great game earlier today. Because sometimes, like when you're trying to like, obviously there's so much work that's put in, especially going in as you mentioned to the major, and so many ideas and so much practice trying to perfect these ideas. That when you're really so focused on making them work, you're kind of almost more focused on the strategy than on your own individual game, and you can kind of lose a step in that regard. So it was cool to see them kind of scale it back. There's a good entrance from Alexi, but he's the only one up here though. He's the only one here. No ability to trade that, but they do have him locked down. Snacks behind the silos. Molotov's going to come in. He extinguishes that. Still alive, but still in a lot of trouble as well.
well, NiKo's gone. And the follow-up kill from Hades is helping them out, and ENCE are looking good, but Hunter and m0NESY finally spring into action. They ignite the flame of G2. They pulled it back into the 2 versus 2. Snappy's coming up. I love this. Right up the ladder. Hades alongside of him. And they're going to try and come in from Heaven's side. Smoke will begin to fade away. Couple of flashes available, but none look to be used just yet. Playing on the face of the smoke, and Hunter down. It's just m0NESY looking to try and pull this one out. AK in hand, separates it into the 1v1. Bomb is close to him. Shoulder bending, trying to pull the shot away from Hades, putting the pressure on the Polish sniper, and m0NESY goes into it, but the quick shot from Hades runs to the kit, but not enough time to get back as G2 will celebrate their round win.
A huge exhale as well. That's a little throwback to the Dust 2 1v1 between those guys. m0NESY with the jump bait to kind of peek, or to bait out a shot. It didn't come in, and he gets picked off. This time, even with Hades getting the kill, it's coming in so late in that bomb timer. Nice attempt from Hades, but a good clutch from m0NESY to keep G2 at 11-10 lead. They'll take it all at this point. Yeah.
I feel like Jax and Apex on the same team would just be...
Jax's hype there was like, as if that was like the closest defuse ever that goes in their favor.
Yeah. That's just a normal everyday situation. Oh, I'd love to be at Jax's head. 11-10, G2, it's quick. It's real quick here. m0NESY running out straight away. It's 1. Picked up, Maden. Just good for 1. The Snacks is holding from the back of the side. He goes back again. It's just Hades. ENCE have toppled and broken apart at the G2 play.
Okay, completely opposite. We saw ENCE try and run a bunch of those fast-paced plays towards the upper bomb site, and they fell flat in the first half. They didn't really have success in any of them. G2's been able to crack this open a number of times. Even some of the times that they've ran it and they've lost it, they've at least been able to find that entry kill from Alexi B, who's had a couple good openings provided for G2, but also running them in tough economic rounds as well, where ENCE maybe doesn't have all the utility they needed to fully stop those kinds of hits. And again, it seems almost targeting Snacks, the stand-in.
Yeah, trying to put him under pressure. He did well. I mean, if he just has a better weapon there, I think Snacks probably gets away with a bit more. He's close to the second kill as well.
Yep.
Just the damage output from his weapon wasn't enough. That's another round for G2. And we're getting to the economic woes right now for ENCE.
Yeah, that's going to be the key, the next key for ENCE. If they want to stay in this map and be able to try and close this one out in 2, they need to get their money back under control. So I'd almost hope they really don't invest a whole lot into this round. Don't drop down and do Deagle armor. Maybe just a couple Deagles. Forget the armor. But try and start setting yourself up for a 13-10 buy.
Well, 4 rounds away from G2 to force us to map number 3. You can see in the top right of your screen, if needed, that will be Vertigo. A little bit of a false start here, as we'll need a...
that's an American phrase. Well done.
False start?
Yeah. Football.
Oh, yeah.
Real football.
I thought it was just athletics.
Okay.
But yeah, most events Americans have false starts too. So.
Okay, that's good banter. Well done. You recovered.
Well, right now, headsets off. Problems that need to be resolved. We'll see if they can get that sorted as quickly as possible. Vertigo would be an interesting one.
Well, we were wondering what their T-side was going to look here on Nuke as well, and you got to be pleased with it. I mean, they lost the pistol in the second round, but since then it's been 4 of the last 5 rounds played have been G2 wins. All 4 of those wins being bomb plants, so their strategies, they're finding access to the sites, they're getting that bomb down. Good wins as well, 12-10. They're in pole position. They have ENCE's economy at a really weak point. Things are looking good for G2 at the moment. And yeah, Vertigo would be kind of fun to end this on.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I mean, Vertigo can be fun. So we'll see how that one closes out.
In the desk, I mean, let's not get too deep into it, but the desk even kind of brought that up as an interesting one, where it's been a permaban for Alexi B historically. Will he actually have enough, deep enough in the playbook, experience enough on the map to be able to kind of work them through any difficulties they might find?
And I think also when you have the stand-in situation of ENCE getting deeper in the best of 3s, getting deeper in the map pool, I think that's where we really start to test the limits of the roster. and see how far they can go with it. But G2 have to close this one out. Would have felt completely disheartened that they dropped us through. Can't afford to drop the ball in a round like this. When you look at what ENCE have, it's an AWP for Hades, there's a couple of pistols around it. There should be no problem for G2 to keep this clean. And their money's not great either, right? You need to build on that if you're G2 right now. I like it that they're letting Hades just kind of off the leash completely here. You got to let that off make the move.
Yeah, you have to give him some freedom because you want him to feel comfortable whatever fight he's taking. You're looking for him to provide you probably 2 kills in this round, and an early one would be great if you can thin things out. Yeah, but here's the problem. Even if he gets a couple of kills, they only have the 1 deagle, 3 USPs. It's not like you have a whole lot of weaponry to capitalize on any advantage, so Hades needs to just have a god tier round from start to finish.
Well, maden looking for the gap at the bottom of the smoke. Shot will ring out, but not to much avail. Hades is actually repositioned down into lower, and good luck getting 2 out of that. Monacy so quick, snags a Zeus kill, of course. Maden follows up with 1 on the pistol. And, oh, nearly another one. Monacy barely standing. Taser goes right through him.
Ooh, Diha not able to do it. Nicely done from Monacy at the end. 13-10. Going to be the scoreline heading into the next round. Weapons being bought up. M4s on Diha, maden, and Hades.
Here we are. Yeah.
Boom.
I mean, he hasn't changed. He hasn't.
No, he's still the same guy at the end of the
yeah,
day. Deep down,
same guy.
Same old snacks.
You can't stop that from happening. I'm just waiting for the Mike 7 to come out. That's when we're really cooking with gas, right?
I'm waiting for the Kraken buff. That's my next weapon. I'm gonna hype up. Is the it was the sawed-off shotgun. The Kraken's the skin.
Yeah.
Best skin
I don't know when that's coming. I don't know when we're getting a use out of that thing.
I don't know if that one has any buffs you could really give it.
Yeah, maybe just make it like $100. That's probably when it'd be used.
You've been playing too much Valorant.
Yeah, I haven't played much out of anything really. But you know, there is. I think we're in a good spot right now with the weapons.
Yeah, not bad. I think the M4 obviously is all eyes on that for the moment to maybe perhaps give a little tweak.
How would you feel about just making a whole new slot just for the revolver? But like, you don't have to replace it with a deagle because it's completely useless, right?
Okay, yeah.
If you have to replace it with a deagle.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't given thought to the revolver in years.
Damn. Okay, it's just me.
But I'm here for you. Let's do it. Let's add another slot.
I mean, especially when we're here.
Doesn't change my life.
Cowboy gun. D-Hat down inside of Secret. This is where he can be disruptive. We mentioned how NiKo is the player in the first half. We're going to keep eyes on D-Hat of that same vein, so we'll see if he's able to get something done from this spot.
Snappy was forced to drop down real early, so ENCE is playing this round without ramp room control. Snappy behind the silos in the lower bomb site. Hades outside. Snacks and maden and Mini. Diha in the secret stairs.
Hades climbs back up into heaven. ENCE are just questioning, are G2 even on the server at this point? We haven't seen anything. We've had peaks out Secret, we've had peaks all over the show, and there's nothing being spotted. So you have to, by process of elimination, realize it has to be this ramp play. Diha's
got here just in time, though, to help out Snappy. This crossfire turns so deadly. There's good utility to block off these windows. Molotov down towards dark spot. Snappy with the off angle, but Diha's got the first kill. There he is, pouncing, biding his time. Oh, he's going to get another one. This hit gets shut down.
Just buying the time here from this back spot. Snappy's position is just so strong.
Yeah, well, it's Diha that gets there that really makes it strong. I was worried for a lot of that round, but it took a while for G2 to kind of walk across the map and everyone congregate in ramp room to actually make that happen. And by that time, the rest of ENCE is just like, yeah, we haven't seen anything outside. We haven't seen anything in lobby. We're not hearing any noise.
Surely that has to be in the back of the head of G2. If you commit everybody in the same position, you have to realize there's a timer on that play, right? Eventually, a team like ENCE who have proactive players like D-Hat towards outside, they're going to discover your plans and try to foil them early. So you have a timer when you commit that heavy.
Yeah, if you're too quiet and you don't have any presence on the map or positioning on the map, you have to know that they're going to find you out eventually. So yeah, those rounds as they kind of wind down and it takes a long time for the setup to come in. Starts to get a bit dicey. Another attack towards the upper bomb site. Oh, Diha kills Alexi, who's provided most of the openings, and the rest of it is just a mow down from maden.
Great stuff from maden, and NiKo thrust into the clutch alone. Ned lands right on top of him. It's 49 health away from him, and Dha will send a few shots whizzing through the smoke. It's now 12 rounds for ENCE as they are 1 away from tying up the scoreline against G2. A 2-0 dream once again reopens for the ENCE side.
I mentioned at 12-10 for G2 that the first obstacle for ENCE is going to be getting their money back under control, save and play from 13-10. It's exactly what they've done, and they've come back in a big way. They take the money away for G2 with these 2 rounds straight for them. They have flush with cash. They have another buy behind them, even if they are to lose. They've got a 1-round buffer on the defensive side. This is great. ENCE coming back into this. They're going to make a bid for this map in the series late in the game.
Wow.
Snacks and Maden. Oh, all Maden. Not even Snacks. Forget him. Let him have the ace. Let him go for it.
That was a laser beam right there. Snacks looking to steal it away. Knife coming through from NiKo. Love that. But in the end, it will be 13 rounds for ENCE. All tied up. 3 away from victory for both sides. By coming back for G2.
That's 7 kills for Maden in the past 2 rounds. Quick
Wild.
drop down, lands
-1.
Lands the landing.
Easy as you like.
Yep, and they're all aiming towards Snacks. He was the first one they saw out to the right. Easy kills for Maden. All tied up, round 27. ENCE with the 1-map lead after winning Dust 2 16-14. Winner of this series guaranteed to be in the playoffs.
Dha, he's going to hear a lot of steps. Actually, is able to pull away Jax's life, and now they focus down on the lower side. Snappy's here again. He has to try and delay. Snacks is in the vent. He has dropped down to try and help out. It's one quick headshot from Snacks, but the reply is instantaneous from NiKo.
G2 has really loosened the reins here. This is a lot of just running and gunning at the moment. They have control towards Secret, but they've lost 2 players. Not a whole lot of utility as well. It looks like they almost want to pop right back up the vents, but I don't know how they're going to make that work. Snappy's got a long time again to hold on, all on his lonesome. Hades coming down the ramp to join up with him. And G2 is buying time, I think, for Alexi to start getting into a position where he can actually help them and they can join these attacks. Again, I think this is going to end up them shooting up the vent to the upper bomb site.
Certainly starting to tick on by. Decon opens up, smoke deployed. Hades close to it, but no kill to come through, and Snappy up in these rafters is a problem, but NiKo is gone for the long way around. Oh, so clean from NiKo, second collected. Hades knocked out, and Maden and Dha have to try and recover this 2 versus 3.
There's the NiKo we've been waiting for.
Yeah, we've been waiting a long time for that. Still a fantastic performance here on Nuke in terms of they built the scoreline. Right now he's posted up. LXCP being that expendable player has found Dha. It is kind of a shame though that all these roster moves that come through, just as the G2 with the Monacy move, the Xtaz move, the LXCP move, it is a shame that all this came through and the NiKo we've seen at the Stockholm Major didn't really transition into this team. If that level that he was showing at that event continued into this team, like that could be unbelievable.
Yeah, but that was a fun 2 months to watch of NiKo towards the end of last year, but
that's
I
unsustainable.
think everyone knew that was not going to be able to last. Not because he's not good, just because he was playing so good at the time. Yeah,
and it's not an AWPer, right? That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's to do that on a rifle it's almost unthinkable.
Yeah, even with that level of consistency of just a few months at the end of last year was impressive. Cheers from Monacy. G2 regained the lead, 14-13. They stopped the ENCE run at 3. But ENCE in the 3 rounds that they won only lost a single player across all 3 of those rounds, so they built up some money. I mentioned they had a buffer. They almost have 2 buffers. They have another one after this buy coming in after this timeout. 3 rounds left to play this second map.
Will be G2 forcing us to a third or within the touching distance of ENCE sending us to the 2-0.
Or overtime. We could also get overtime.
We could also have that, but there will be one of those results at the end of the overtime at some point.
Yeah, we get bonus rounds. That'd be sweet.
Just delaying the time before we see the phase vitality matchup at the end of the day. It is deep onto NiKo. Little gap in those outside smokes.
Either had to have been a Molotov that was dropped. That's a huge gap.
There's a lot of utility being tossed left, right, and center across the map right now, but G2 are finally springing into action with those smokes they've thrown. They're starting to make their way forward, and NiKo gets towards Secret. ENCE not really worrying about that because they have Hades down here already. Flash goes through Hades, forced away from that. Throw down some utility. And that's all the info that G2 need right now. You've got a player down there you have to deal with. Smokes being sent out.
Ooh, they spotted Diha tucked into the corner. He somehow gets that kill on a Jax. He does get traded off. 4 on 4, outside control. Hunter is going to wrap around to ramp room. Even giving access up to heaven as well has got to make him nervous. Hades going to step up Secret, finds m0NESY from behind, but NiKo is going to make sure he can do no more damage.
Snacks. Oh, the timing. The timing couldn't be any worse. It sets up NiKo for the easy peek, and Hunter follows up with another clean headshot. It is just maden. Thrust into the recovery at 10 seconds on the mark. Bomb not on his back. He realized
he wins.
He's going to hold back and just hide away.
Just run.
And that is going to be a position where he can just hold the cross, and he's won the round. There's not enough time to put that bomb down. What a strange conclusion to the round. It is now 14-14, all tied up. maden just took one look at the clock and realized they don't have the bomb in their back. We can just drop back and win this round.
Yeah, just G2 strayed way too far away from the bomb carrier. I think NiKo was the only one really trying to recover. You had Hunter up in heaven. I think the other player was over in ramp room as well. Not enough bodies outside to kind of deal with all these issues, and just so many fights going on repeatedly for ENCE outside in these positions that just grinds the clock down. Not even a chance for G2 to win it.
It feels so awful when you lose a round like that.
Yeah.
But you still have the rifles out. There's a couple of weaknesses you can see already. m0NESY, Galil, Jax following suit on that.
The money, the fortune of economy has just been everything towards the later stages. That 3-round run from ENCE where they only lost a single player was everything. Gave them enough cash to sustain losses down the stretch.
If they win this round, the money for G2 just isn't really there. Like, this is the time. This is the 2-0 on the line right now for ENCE in this round. If they can win this, this is surely it. Yeah,
that's the door opened wide to take the series. One player down Secret. One player faking towards upper. Snappy's going to put down the Molotov. They'll have to run through it if they want the access. They take a lot of damage, down to 55 and 60 HP. And wisely, Snappy just backs off into the site.
Under a minute left.
No utility, just a single flashbang for G2 for the rest of the round.
What do you do here? A 5v5, no utility. You have to use that flash to great effect to get you out of the hut. You need to take that backside player down, or you need to play off of NiKo, who's about to walk into the crosshair of Hades, and now they're down a player. G2 need to make the call to go. And again, the 2-0 is on the line here. ENCE looking to hold it. Utility is still saved and can be used into the late round, and this is just making it impossible for G2. They don't have a smoke to extinguish the fire, and so therefore we're just looking at a slap to the face, really. And ENCE are having a great time about that. Flawless as they hold on.
Oh no, G2 out of money as well. Everyone hovering right around 2,500 bucks. I don't know what kind of a buy you put together if you're G2 to take this, but it's looking like it's potentially back-to-back 16-14 losses in a 0-2 series. Well done from Snacks on top of the hut. maden's been a beast in the upper bomb. So remember, this half actually started out with some real issues of ENCE holding on to some of those upper plays very quickly from G2. They figured it out towards the end. They've got it locked down. So, Tech9s and a Deagle on m0NESY.
XCP has lost half of its HP already. Again, NiKo, rinse and repeat, get towards Secret, but how many plays he's been able to make from there? I don't even think any, really. Like, it's just not been too many opportunities taken from that spot, so the weaker weapon.
He's gotten there a number of times, but I think that's a good way to phrase it. Not a whole lot of opportunities taken. He hasn't really tried to press the issue when he's gotten into that position.
I think ENCE will be happy. You know you could take it, but we're just going to lock down elsewhere, and once again, G2 congregating their forces in the hallways, in the lobby. This is going to take some monumental shots to come out of some of these players here. This needs to be blistering. maden getting in the mix, going forward with the flash. A mental play from maden. It hasn't really worked out at all, but Diha and Snacks recovering it, and ENCE have done it straight to the playoffs. It's ENCE over G2. impressive performance in a 2-0. You're coming into this event with a stand-in, you're bringing Snacks into play, you're missing out on Spinks, as many consider the best player on this team. What a showing from the ENCE side.
Yeah, really good. And I mean, they leaned on some of their other strengths, right? Starting out 2-6 on Dust 2, going on a massive run, figuring it out, adjusting and adapting here on Nuke as well. Some struggles early on, back and forth throughout the whole map, and finding the solution at the end of the day. That's a well done for ENCE. 2-0, guaranteed into the playoffs. G2 still gonna have another chance.